Peace, everybody. So welcome back to Larry's Corner. All right. I want to tell the story about me meeting the Batak people. Some years ago, I think 2012, I was with my former classmate, Jumani, and he informed me that Tariq Nasheed was making videos, and he told me about Hidden Colors, which I had never heard of. And so I was excited because a brother making movies about African history, hidden history, that was really intriguing. So I was intrigued and I left the country. I was in Los Angeles when I met with Jumani. He told me about Hidden Colors, but then I had to leave the country again. So I left the country and Jumani promised to send me a DVD copy of Tariq Nasheed's Hidden Colors. So he did that. I got my copy and I watched the videos. As I watched the videos, I was learning a tremendous amount about the world's history, about Africa's history, about the African presence all throughout the globe. And I was really intrigued and excited to travel the globe in search of the African presence. I went to the Philippines in 2015, and after watching Tariq Nasheed's video, I thought, man, Tariq Nasheed has already spoken about the Eta people, or the, as they're colloquially called, negritas or negritos, people in the Philippines. I saw that and I said, hey, I want to see these people. I want to meet them. I want to be amongst them. I want to see for myself firsthand. Well, when I got to the Philippines, I went on a tour, and it was a very touristy, attraction. It was the underground cave in the Philippines on the island of Palawan or Palawan. And, all of the tourists do this. Well, I'm not your average tourist. I have an agenda. I've got to go to where the black and brown people are with kinky curly hair. And while I was on the tour, our tour guide, a young Filipino woman, mentioned these black or these dark brown Filipinos with kinky curly hair, short people. She mentioned them and I said, hey, that sounds like the people that I want to meet, the people that I've heard about on Tariq Nasheed's videos. So I'm on that tour and I'm like, let me get to this tour guide and let me ask her about these people. So during our lunch break, it was a day-long tour. During the lunch break, I approached her and I asked her, I said, who are these kinky-haired, brown-skinned, short Filipino people that you're talking about? I want to meet them. And she said, okay, I can arrange for you to meet my father, who is a local tour guide, and he can take you on a hike where you can meet these people. So I was like, cool, bet. That sounds like a plan. So she gave me her father's number. I contacted him. And within 2 days, I was on a hike up the mountains to find the Batak people of Palawan Island. Now, there are a number of indigenous people with distinct cultures, and they live in different parts of the island of Palawan. And the specific group that I was meeting was the Batak people, and these are the mountain people, as they've been described to me, or as I've learned, they are called, or they're known as, according to Wikipedia, regular sources like that. But I have firsthand experience meeting with these people. And what can I say? I had a wonderful time. It was a long hike from the road up into the mountains to find them. And in order to make our encounter smoother, I was instructed by my tour guide, and he said, bring some gifts for the people, which we did. I brought dried fish. I believe we brought some sugar and coffee, some dried fish, sugar, coffee, and those are the only things that I recall us bringing. Those are good gifts. Those were gifts that they appreciated and accepted, and everything went over very well with the Batak people. I stayed there for one night and one night only. We hiked up in the morning, we stayed the evening, and then went to sleep in tents right there next to the river with the Batak people. In the morning, we awoke, got dressed, said our goodbyes, left our gifts, and we headed back down the mountain. All in all, we probably hiked for, I would say that it was a good 3 hour hike all the way up there. It was a very long hike. And some of the things that I remember are um, the Batak people do not wear clothes. They're just like the native people that you've seen probably in National Geographic movies. Well, the women do not wear shirts. They wear very little clothing. Well, the Batak people are becoming modernized, and you can see this because some of them are riding motorcycles. And riding a motorcycle is something that they never would have done, 20 or 30 years prior. And these aren't only my words, or this isn't only my sentiment, it's something that I believe. This is what I was instructed. This is what I was told by my guide. He said that the Batak didn't do that, 20 or 30 years ago. But another thing, when I approached the camp, because I was an outsider, although I am a brown man, they were unaccustomed to seeing me. So one of the women, a young girl, I noticed, she was shy, and she said, "Oh my gosh, he sees me," because she wasn't wearing a top. She was with her family, with her group, but she was of the modern mind. She had been to the city, and she knew how to get down in the city, but she also knew how to get down around her folks. But when she saw me, an outsider, she said, you're not going to see me in this state. So she ran and threw on a t-shirt. And I thought, hey, that's interesting. The Yeah, what comes to mind is, Adam and Eve. When Adam and Eve become when they eat from the tree of from when they eat manna from the tree, then they gain knowledge, and they become aware of themselves, and they become aware of their nudity. you know all right, that's the story about my trip to the Batak people in Palawan in the Philippines. Peace.